All right, bonjour, everybody. Hello, greetings, bonjour. Bonjour, ndedeme magana duk, nigan wewedam nidij nakas, namago shindo dem, nimen wendam omayayan. Ganabach, bangi gissen agwajing, zukapen agwajing, bangi pegwis and donchi and ishnabe and dao. Boju, nimishomasak, nakomasak, mijanagijik. Nimiji Nibekwe, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to share a little bit of the language of this territory. I'm very honored that I'm able to do this work for today. My name is Nigon Sinclair, and I'm an associate professor at the University of Manitoba. I do some columns at the Winnipeg Free Press as well. And this is a beautiful day. It's a really beautiful day to be a part of this remarkable gathering of thinkers and speakers and people who are all going to talk about different elements of human dignity and human rights and the work that's being done within our community. One of the ways that I'm able to do that work is I'm also a board member of the Islamic Social Services Agency Association, and I do lots of different things in the community, but that's one of my great honors is I get to work with people from different walks of life, people from different classes and languages and cultures, all that coalesce in this beautiful place called Winnipeg. And of course, Treaty 1 is one of the places that we honor that relationship with Winnipeg, that relationship with the Atagib, the Algae, the life that makes this place, our first relations. And so I want us to think about, as we do this work today, Treaty 1 and the relationships that make this place. Not perfect by any means, but are the homelands of peoples like the Dakotas, the Anishinaabe, the Innu or the Cree, the often neglected, but I have been reminded many times, the Assiniboine and the Nakota, and the Adene and the Inuit who have also traveled down into this territory, and of course the homeland of the Métis Nation. I think I got everybody there. Oh, the Ojibwe. I'm sorry, I forgot the Ojibwe as well. Don't want to forget the Ojibwe, or Garden River. I'd be like, hey. And so we've many different relations, of course, that have also joined us in this territory that we have adopted, that have adopted us as family, not friends. People who have come from all different walks of life and places throughout the world and brought their gifts and shared with us these gifts that make us in relation today. This tobacco that I've been offered today has been a very old process. It's been done for millennia, since the very first beginning of time. That offering of that asema is the currency of this territory, which is that we commit to each other through the hard times. Because it's easy to do the good times. It's easy to be the fun times, but it is the hard times that make us relations, that make us family, that make us committed to each other. So part of that process is opening up a day such as this, not just by talking about treaty, but by getting everyone to go outside. That's wonderful. Auntie, I'll tell them to stop. I guess that means we have to probably go. Okay, I'll see everybody in a few minutes. You better go. Take your jackets, though, for sure. So, this isn't product placement over here. This is literally, Auntie has offered Tylenol for anyone who had just got a headache. But that's not product placement over there, just so you know. They're not a sponsor or something, so. Okay, are we okay now? We're done? All right. Well, if there's anything that human rights is hard, and we've just been demonstrated that right here. And I say that kind of say that as kind of a funny way, but also the truth is that these are hard conversations, and that's why it is so critically important that we start in a good way. And for Anishinaabe, one of the most important things that we do is we acknowledge all of our relatives outside who are thinking about us, who are working for us, and that's why I did that already this morning in my opening. But I want to. We have somebody who's done this much longer than I have, and I had this moment a minute ago where I kind of looked over in the middle of the fire alarm, and I saw two incredible icons joking, telling some stories over there. Even amongst the fire alarms, we have Joe Keeper right there, and we have Stan McKay, who are icons in our community, who have done incredible work, who have they did reconciliation before reconciliation was cool. And what I mean by that is they were marching in the streets, holding the meetings, even before my father started this work. And so it's a real honor. We have passed a SEMA to Stan to do some opening words for us. And so I want to invite Stan McKay. Now, if you know Stan, he's going to hate that I do this, but I've known Stan. He's not only a leader in our community who has been able to figure out ways to reconcile with the church, with the Bible, within our own teachings. He lives the process of and, which is the epitome of Indigenous life, meaning that we are better people because we learn different ways. We are the epitome of diversity. Stan lives that, but he is not only that, but he has very generously and patiently been my uncle throughout my life. Even at the times when I have been the hardest, Stan has believed in me, has supported me, and as I begin to talk with other people, everybody comes up to me and says, he did that for me too. And he did that for me too, Indigenous and non-Indigenous. So I can't think of a better person to begin our day than Stan McKay. So we're going to ask Stan to come and do some opening words for us. So.
We have the gift of silence. Kanatan aski, kanatan nipi, kanatan pimatisuin. So we acknowledge in this gathering that the earth is sacred, the water is sacred, and human life is sacred. And we are in relationship to all creation. I give thanks to the Creator that the Islamic Association has brought us together on this sacred land, on this sacred day. I have learned from elders primarily in Joe Keeper's home community in Norway House. I learned that the only prayer that is required in community is thanksgiving. I'm going to invite you, if you're able, to stand, please, and we'll give thanks. Agis eman to ganatian. In a nask moach as imamoyach. Be so any minan, so any minan, so any minan, so any minan. We give thanks, Creator, in the four directions for the gift of life, for this opportunity to celebrate diversity and to learn together about the potential for peace and justice. We only ask for what we need for this day. And we come as thankful people to give ourselves to this learning process. We only ask for your blessing in the four directions. Egusi.
Okay. So I've been told by Auntie, we got to get moving. And especially now, because we had of course, a little interruption there, but we're not going to let that stop us from doing this important work for today. We have, one of the honors that I have in the community is doing work like this, but also going out and meeting and hanging out. And a short while ago, I had an opportunity to meet the Honorable Kathy Cox, who I'm going to introduce here. And we were together at the Adult Learning Center out in Charleswood, right? And what was the name of it again?
No, it was a human rights gala.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. That too. Well, we were there as well. We were also at the West Grove Adult Learning Center as well. And so, anyways, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We were there anyways. We were hanging out, and many different events. But one of the things that I've learned about Kathy is her dedication to the Manitoba 150 work. And as we know, we have an anniversary coming up here in Manitoba, and she's the co-chair of that committee with Stuart Murray. And so she's not only the Minister of Sport, Culture, and Heritage, but she represent the people of River East, but she's helping coordinate and navigate what I hope to be an incredible celebration of our community. And so we're going to invite Kathy to come up and say some words here, but I want to just acknowledge the work that you do. When I see you out in the community, one of the things that I've always appreciated about you is that you get to know everyone in the room. And I'm very honored by that, especially considering this contentious times that we live in. I find you to be an ally and a friend, similar to people like Alan Lajamodier and other people within the government that's working. And so I want to just acknowledge you and say what appreciation that I have of the work that you do. And I want to invite you up to say some words to open us up for today. So, miigwech.
Well, miigwech, sorry, Niigaan. I mean, this is really an honor to be here. And, with the two elders especially, I've learned so much about your past, and you really were leaders when it comes to reconciliation. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have done. So sincerely appreciate it. And I am pleased to be here today on behalf of our Premier, Brian Pallister, and all of my colleagues in the Manitoba Legislature. And it really is important that we are here and we get together and we have the opportunity to have these discussions, because only by working together, talking, having this open dialogue, can we really change things here in Manitoba and really all across this wonderful world. I'd like to thank Shahina. Where are you? Oh, there you are at the back of the room. You're so humble. You should be here at the front, but you're at the back because that's the kind of person you are. Last time we were together, Shahina was awarded. She was presented with a wonderful award, congratulating her, recognizing all the work that she does in the community. So thank you so much, Shahina. And I did also want to recognize James Favell. I don't think he's here yet with the Bear Clan, but out in our area in North Kildonan, we had a tragedy when we lost Cooper Nemeth. And we reached out to James and the Bear Clan, and I can tell you, in our community where there was darkness and there was no hope, James and the Bear Clan came to our community, to Gateway Recreation Center, and we're able to turn those very, very dark times into times of hope, optimism, and they provided us some light. And what they did for our community and what he continues to do for Winnipeg and all of Manitoba, we really can't thank him enough. So I wish he was here to thank him in person, but I hope you'll pass that on to him. My sincere thank you for what he's done. And it really is individuals like Niigaan and Shahina and James and all of you that really make a difference here in Winnipeg and Manitoba. And it really is most particularly relevant for this year's conference to examine issues of race, gender, class, and religion. And because so many of the conflicts our world is experiencing center around these issues. And the Striving for Human Dignity Conference will provide an opportunity for all of us to engage in meaningful dialogue over the next 2 days and really have your voices heard. And I am encouraged that these discussions and actions are taking place right here in our community. Not only just right here in our community, but all across the province of Manitoba and all across Canada. We need to work together, to listen, to have that dialogue, to really make important changes. And really talk about important issues that intersect with significant human rights issues, and that's why we're here today. The discussions and work throughout the next 2 days will help to create positive solutions as we continue to work together towards inclusion, opportunity for all citizens from all walks of life. And that is so important that we use those last 3 words, from all walks of life. Diversity remains a fundamental characteristic of identity, both nationally and provincially. And Manitobans embrace our province's Indigenous heritage and our many, many ethnic and religious diverse communities. This is an important part of what we are here in Manitoba and across our wonderful Canada. And we are proud to be welcoming and supportive home for so many, many people here. You know, and I wanted to welcome all of you for choosing Manitoba to be your home. Really is important. We have over 150 languages spoken here in Manitoba, over 250 different ethnic communities here in Manitoba, and together, you really are what makes Manitoba so special. So thank you so much for inviting me to be here today. I look forward to, I wish I could be here actually when they release the Community Action Toolkit, but I'm sure that hopefully you could provide me some information, Shahina, on what that looks like and how that really is going to benefit our community as we go out and use that toolkit to talk to people and to encourage them to work together, because we really are one and we really are better when we are together. So Miigwech, thank you so much. Dziękuję, as I would say, I'm Ukrainian, so that's my my home language. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today and just have a very, very short dialogue with you. But I know that it's going to be a wonderful 2 days for each and every one of you. And thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedules to be here. We just had a great conversation, and we need to have more conversations, to tell you the truth. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you. Miigwech.